viewers, welcome to the Art Bit. Today I'm pretty excited because we're doing something exciting. We're exploring something that actually excites my heart. Today we are at 7 Arts and we are talking dance moves. Beautiful people, I have Bucci with me. How are you doing, my guy?
I'm great.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, Zopia Santima Zija. Because you're like, how are you smoothly moving like that? No, you're doing a good job.
You.
And I was actually talking to Souvenir.
Yeah.
I was actually telling her, you guys have actually redefined the art of dancing in Malawi. You know, you look at it and you're just like, I know that. But it just brought a whole different definition. Yes. And with TikTok, cherry on top of the cake.
Thank you.
All right, Bucci.
Yeah.
My first question to you is just, I'm just interested to know, in South Africa, people sit down and create their own moves and all that. How do you come up with those moves? Is it like a collective of you sit down, you do your own research? What's the creative process like? Or you just wake up and you're like, I had a vision today, guys. This is what we're doing. How does it work?
I think the biggest part is allowing ourselves be who we are. Because we all draw our inspirations from different sources. So I have a team of like 5 instructors and choreographers.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of time on the internet. Some of them spend time out at clubs and all those type of things. So everybody comes in with a portion of what they get from wherever they spend so much time at. Even just their basic love life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are like inspirations as well.
Yeah.
So inspirations will equal to what we are working on that particular day. The inspirations that we get from different places equal to what will create that's called
and the goal that you're working towards.
So sometimes it's also from the things that we study on, which is like performances of different artists, different instructors from outside, you know what I mean? Because one thing that I encourage 100% here is for us to have our own original choreographies, apart from the stuff that's running numbers on the internet, whether it's TikTok, dance challenges. For example, now we've got this Zep thing that's going on and everyone is doing it. As much as the team is going to be in tune with that, we would also love to have our own original choreographies done as powerful as that. Because at the end of the day, I was talking to the dancers last week. We're saying, okay, let's say Speed decides to come to Malawi, right? And he was in SA and he met the rest of Bontley, he met Robot Boy, and they did the Zep. We're not supposed to do Amapiano
here.
You know what I mean? As much as we don't have an original sound, but we have our own original choreographies and dance moves, which means if we're going to teach him anything, it's going to be on Afrobeats, it's going to be on maybe, if it's going to be on Amapiano, it's going to be something that's completely original from us.
From you guys.
Or automatically, because we are Malawians, our original pieces are something that doesn't exist anywhere else but here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I love it. Something interesting that I actually picked up is how you merge your craft and society as well. I remember the dance challenge, and there was a kid that was doing that, and her mom, Anna Jambula, and they tagged you guys, and you actually met the kid, and I'm like, what? And it was actually something good, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so sweet. How do you continue to make sure that you're doing the craft, but also there's a society that you're feeding your art, and that also have to benefit from that?
That's a very good question. I think the actual idea of understanding who you are, your job, and what your job does for people is what inspires these things. We create choreographies not just because we want to show off.
Yeah.
There are certain times that we just want to prove that we do this.
Yeah.
And then there are certain times where we do certain choreographies that are just beautiful, and we are hoping that we can have a community run towards and say, I want to learn it and be part of it. You know what I mean? So for us, it's a movement. You know, 10 years from now, that kid will be maybe 20. She'll be maybe 18. She will have somewhere to start from. She will know, you know what, I learned this from Bucci, and these fundamentals are what I'm going to apply on everything that I'm going to do. Dance package or dance choreography comes with a few other things that people don't know, including problem solving. Yeah, because what you're doing is a work of art that happens with the hands, fingers, the neck, the joints. You know what I mean? And everything has to move together.
Footwork.
You get what I mean? Footwork and all this stuff. And at a certain point, you're going to have to solve how the foot is going to move together with that hand or the head. Yeah. So in the structure of teaching, we teach problem solving. So for us, when we are working on choreographies, we want to make sure that we will release it and we'll create a certain energy force that will have this dancer join, that dancer join, this non-dancer join, this mom join, that kid joins. Because at the end of the day, we will stand in front of the whole world and say, as Malawi, this is what we bring. You know what I mean? It may be music, and that's another section. It may be fashion, that's another section. But dance, what are we going to bring? Then comes stuff like Deka challenge, the Ababa challenge, the Samagona challenge, you know. It's really a beautiful thing to see you create it with a particular intention and you see people actually follow and you see the results that are coming from your actual true intention, you know? So I think aside everything else that we do, aside the fact that we want to prove to the world that we are the best and we can also stand on our own independently, we want to make sure that we drive the energy around the globe to say, you know what, there's a country that brings dance and it's beautiful, well calculated, and it's Malawi. That's our goal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I don't think anyone can argue with me if I would say you're one of the best choreographers that we've had in Malawi. No kidding. And you've been doing this for a long time. So this question is right to ask you because when you say it, we will listen. In Malawi, dance studios, even dancing itself is not something that we've fully embraced yet. What are the challenges right now that you can point out, Guri? As a dancer, I think, as a country, honestly, in all honesty.
I like that question.
Yeah.
The first thing that I would say, and I'm pretty sure every dancer will agree with me, is the pay grade.
Yeah.
All right. Dancers are a very important part of a show. They're very important in so many different aspects.
I agree.
When you talk of a wedding, schools, kindergartens, right, high schools, colleges, there's dance involved.
Yeah.
Even at the football match, there's dances involved. You saw it last December. We did one big one with KK.
Yeah.
Dancers are involved in so many things, but you know what? They are valued so little. The reason for us to come to existence as Seven Arts, we are trying to make sure that we fight this battle and we bring the necessary and let me just say the necessary value that is owed to dancers. So right now, we have agreed as a dance community to make sure that every dancer doesn't get paid less than 80,000.
Yeah.
Let's start from 80, moving forward.
Going
up. You come with the offer to say, I can pay you 40,000. That's a no. And I encourage all the dancers to say, stand on your point. Because if, let's say I come to you and I say, I want to book you for my show, but I have 40,000. And you say, no, I only charge 80,000.
Yeah.
And I go to Kevin and I ask him and he says, I have 40,000. They say, no. Yeah, cool. I'll get the 40,000. It means the value that we're trying to create for the type of dancer that you are is going to be devalued by another dancer.
Yeah, true.
So people would rather go for something cheaper just to get by.
Yeah.
You know, but initially what we are trying to make sure happens is apart from TikTok dancers, there are professional dancers. These two things, there needs to be a separate.
Right.
Professional dancers work the hardest. They spend time, hours, thinking, creating pieces that will go on stage to cover an artist.
Yes.
And when you talk of 10 minutes for a professional dancer on stage, is no joke.
That's a lot of time.
Because
a lot of work.
even within just 3 minutes of a dance performance, you're talking of breathing, you're talking of energy that's running the entire time,
yeah.
coordination, brain is like functioning real quick. And now you get an artist like, say, maybe Kelke, who's doing like maybe 30 minutes on stage, or even an hour, even an hour on stage. And we don't have that much of dancers to say we've got 40 dancers that are going to go on stage. You will have minimum maybe 10 dancers that are going back and forth on that stage for an hour max. And you tell them you're going to pay them 40,000.
No,
I don't think that's the way.
Man.
So it's our encouragement to all the management, the show organizers, the artists, to have that mindset shift and say, you know what, when we're going to dancers and we're budgeting for our show, we're budgeting that every dancer that we're going to involve is paid 80,000 at least. You know, nothing should go below that. The least could be maybe 50,000 for maybe upcoming. But for professional dancers, that's what we're trying to shoot up and say, you know what, it goes all the way up to 250. The highest should be 250 or 300. Then you know for sure you are covered. Now, that's one thing. Another thing is the art of presentation. Because the art of presentation is also important. How people are going to perceive you before you open your mouth is from how you look.
Agreed.
Even how you talk. Now, I encourage all the dancers, make sure you spend time on grooming. You gotta smell good. If you don't smell good, at least don't smell anything. You don't have to have smelly you know what I mean? Because we dance.
Odor.
Exactly. We dance and we sweat. You don't need armpits to be smelling like you haven't bathed for 4 days. No, you gotta stay fresh the entire time, which means extra clothes is important, and have something that refreshes you the entire time. So presentation is important. The other thing that we're also trying to make sure that we break is the stereotype from the decision makers. These are from companies, corporate events, wedding bookers, or just basically everything that will say, we want dancers. How much are we going to pay them? That mindset shift is one thing that we're trying to make sure that we break. And it's a big challenge.
It is.
Because now dancers are like, man, I'm clocking 30 and I got two kids, or maybe I got a kid. How am I going to provide for them if I'm getting paid 50,000? Which means we're back to that fee.
True.
You get what I'm saying? And that's a big challenge. Another thing is the fact that other bookings may only value the rest of everything else. And put the dancers as last. But dancers are very much as important as band leaders or band members. Because you've got guitar, drums, piano, and then you've got the artists, and then you've got dancers. Dancers need to be in costumes. That's something that a lot of people don't account for. They just say, come as you are. Come as you are. We're going to represent you. How are they going to look? Just find outfits. And dancers, you know, how'd you know that? You see that? It's a real thing. It needs a budget. And how are these dancers going to rehearsal? Because let's say we're doing an event on maybe the 31st. We need to make sure that the dancers are showing up for rehearsals. They are eating if they're spending a whole day. So lunch, allowances, and then you're talking of transports. If they're going to use their transports, at least budget for something that will cover for their refund. You get what I mean? So these are the biggest challenges that are there, but there are so many. You know, the stereotype is really real. And one important last thing is the fact that dancing, where's my camera? Which one's my camera?
This one.
Dancing is a real job. It's not a hobby. It's a real job. You get paid and you take care of yourself. You get here. Unlike maybe other countries, I can't really speak for them, but I've seen it so much here that dancers in their homes are regarded as, you're not serious with life. You get? You need to find a real job.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You need to find a real... Dancing is a real job. There are dances are made in Dubai. Dances are made in Nigeria. So dances are made in South Africa. They're making a good sum of money that is able to have them get clothes, buy food for upkeep,
provide for their family.
You get what I mean? Shelter, all those type of things, and life is proceeding. from dancing. That's the respect of a different type of sector of work. You know what I mean? Just the same as accountant.
Yeah.
Accountants are working hard in their offices, doing everything, whatever. And we've got managers, we've got whoever, we've got dancers. They need to get paid.
Yeah.
You get so it's a real job, not just a hobby. Unless it's a hobby, then I have nothing to say.
Nothing to say about
that. But for people that I work with, I have seen the passion. I have seen
the time.
Growth. Yeah, there was a time when we could not speak to or negotiate with corporates.
Yeah.
Now we sit and our names are thrown in corporate meetings and be like, oh, why don't we talk to 7 Arts about this? Last time we did a Standard Bank event, it was such a beautiful thing because they treated us with so much respect
and
we had room to negotiate. We had room to give out what works for us for the stage and what will not work.
Yeah.
And they considered those things. So it's just our encouragement to say, everyone out there, if we actually enter into this section of mindset shift to say dancing is a job, dancing is as valuable as any other profession, then we'll be moving the right direction. But right now, we're still fighting it, and it would be wrong for me to say we're not moving the right direction.
We are.
Because we are.
Yes.
We are only a year and a few months old, right? Yeah. And we already have an award. The recognition has been. This is an effort.
Oh yeah! Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
This is efforts from different people. The influencers that we have here, the dancers that we have here, the coordinated team, the other people that are just supporting the course for just supporting. And you've got investors, you've got the 7 Arts company, everybody else that's within that.
Supporting, yeah.
It's a big help. And there's you guys, Zodiak and
here for it.
Literally, you know what I mean? You guys have played a big part.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. I think if I was to say anything else, it would take us a long day. But I think those are the very few that are important.
All right, very insightful actually, and they're actually true, to be honest. And I'm sure that I think the good thing is we're heading the right direction, and in the next couple of years, I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of changes.
Oh yeah, I mean, for us, we're looking at traveling. We're looking at traveling the world with dance. We've got China needs us. We need to go to Germany. We need to go to the US, UK. Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, all these places. Soon, if you see the passports going around and photos, you know what's up.
You know what's going on. All right, guys. I know we honestly, I can't wait to see you guys break through all those barriers and all that. I mean, it's been a long time coming. We've seen other forms of art receiving this overwhelming support other than dance.
That's
so
true.
It's definitely good to see that we're moving forward. I'm ready to see you guys dance. So we're gonna head to the dance studio now, guys.
Let's roll out.
See these guys in action. We know mango, but now we're gonna show you what they do. All right, let's get it.
Let's go. Give it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, cut. No. Up, around, right, and then the left. And then the right, and then the left. Then slide. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. None. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and big stop. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, big stop. Ah! Yo, we did it!